Rangers supporters have been eager to see how Thelo Aasgaard would settle into life at Ibrox following his summer move. And now a fresh insight has shed light on the midfielder's early experiences in Glasgow. The Norwegian playmaker has already begun to make his mark, but the latest reveal adds another layer to his story at the club. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Yusef Chermiti is ready to put his Everton troubles behind him and make a name for himself at Rangers. The Portuguese striker is still finding his feet in his new surroundings at Ibrox since his £8 million deadline day move north of the border. So far, Bojan Majowski has been the favoured frontman for Russell Martin, as he sticks to his 4-3-3 formation. This has seen Chermiti predominantly utilised from the bench. The new Rangers frontman is keen to step up his minutes and forge himself a path as a prolific goalscorer at the club. It has been a good few weeks, and I am surprised at how the people treat me here, the 21-year-old told the club's official matchday programme. I am happy, and I can't wait to get in the team. I have already settled in really well, and everyone has been really friendly to me. I have always followed Rangers, and when Kevin Thelo spoke to me, and I had a meeting with Russell Martin, I was really interested. I didn't have to think twice. I knew some players who worked with Russell at Southampton, including Matheus Fernandes, who I played with at Sporting. We grew up together, so I asked him about the head coach and he said good things. For me, the main goal is to play football. I said to Kevin and Russell how important it is for me to play. It isn't about money. It is nice that they have that confidence in me. I didn't have the relationships with other managers as El do with Russell. At Sporting, the manager was good to me, but I was young and shy. If you can speak freely to a manager, it is a good thing. If you are unhappy or need advice, that relationship is so important. It was good to make my Rangers debut, but I haven't really stopped to think about it because I'm already thinking about the next game. The front man never took off at Everton, and it has been well documented that he's gone 2 years without a senior goal. However, he's ready to put his previous woes behind him and look to make a much better impact in Glasgow than he did on Merseyside. He added, "I had some friends who helped me with the tough times. They helped and supported me a lot, but I had to live with it. I struggled in the first season, and then in the second season, sadly, I was injured. Scotland is similar to England. I don't feel that much difference now, and I feel better prepared. It is the same culture, and that has helped me settle in here. It was different when I first moved to Everton because I didn't speak English very well. I understood people, but I couldn't speak to people. I lived alone, and that made it more difficult. My 2 years at Everton helped me as a player, and they have made me stronger. If something happens on the pitch, I know how to deal with it." Now, in a huge Asgard reveal, Thelo Aasgaard's Rangers career is beginning to gather real momentum following his summer move from Luton Town. The 23-year-old has started to showcase the qualities that convinced the Ibrox club to spend £3.5 million on him, most recently catching the eye in the Premier Sports Cup quarter-final against Hibernian on the 20th of September. Rangers ran out 2-0 winners on the night, and Asgard's influence was clear. His confidence had already been boosted earlier in the month when he struck 4 times for Norway in their emphatic 11-1 demolition of Moldova on the 9th of September. But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. An untimely injury before the season even began delayed his introduction to life in Glasgow, something his father, Jonathan Asgard, admitted was a frustration. In the early days with Rangers, he got this really annoying injury, and he ended up not playing against Panathinaikos when he was ready to get started, so that was a blow, he told the Scottish Sun on the 23rd of September. Despite that setback, Asgard Sr. spoke warmly about the move, praising the Ibrox atmosphere as the most incredible I've experienced in my life, and revealing his son is delighted to be in Scotland. For Rangers, Asgard's emergence in the number 10 role feels timely. Lyle Cameron, who arrived from Dundee, had impressed in spells, but the Norwegian's creativity and energy appear to have given him the edge in the battle for a starting spot. In just 7 appearances so far, he has begun to establish himself as the answer to the playmaking question that has lingered over Ibrox in recent seasons. There were other positives in the win over Hibs too. Nicholas Raskin returned to the starting 11 and marked his comeback with a goal, deployed in the deeper number 6 role that Russell Martin has often been hesitant to use him in. That shift could also help Mohamed Diomande rediscover his best form, after he too had been affected by Raskin's struggles earlier this season. Rangers' poor start, their worst league opening since 1978, has cast a shadow over Martin's tenure so far. But the prospect of a midfield trio built around Raskin, Diomande, and Asgard offers genuine hope of stability and balance. Thelo Aasgaard may have been forced to wait for his chance, but he is quickly proving why Rangers invested in him, and why the roar of Ibrox may become the soundtrack to his rise in Glasgow. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, Rangers have been admonished for placing too much faith in Mikey Moore to come up with the goods in the final third. That's according to pundit Michael Stewart, who has slammed Rangers transfer chiefs for billing the Spurs loanee as a world beater when they brought him to Ibrox. The 18-year-old has headed north of the border after a breakthrough year in North London, where he made 19 appearances and picked up a winner's medal in the Europa League. However, the winger has yet to make his mark in a Rangers jersey, with boss Russell Martin already facing calls for the sack after failing to win in any of his first 5 league matches. Speaking on the Premier Sports Scottish Football Social Club, he said, "This strikes me that the people who are making these decisions behind the scenes at the club don't really recognise how difficult it would be for a youngster to come from England and have so much pressure to perform. They made him out to be a world beater who was coming into a misfiring team to spearhead it. The guy is a youngster. I don't really understand the strategy of spending mega bucks on loan fees to bring in really young, inexperienced guys for you then to develop other clubs' talent. You would get greater value and productivity out of signing Yusef Chermiti, who was a solid, already made starter who would have had an impact on the team. To be fair, over on the left, I think JD Gazamar is looking like a good addition. But Mikey Moore doesn't comfortable on the right. They are loaded with right footers who want to play on the left but don't have many options on the right. You are then asking this kid Moore to play on the other side, which he is not totally comfortable with in a team that has not really found its feet yet. He is still trying to learn the game, and I think it's a lot to put on the youngster's shoulders. What do you make of these comments? Let me know down below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.